Welcome back. Welcome back. We're back with another One Piece chapter, chapter 1164. Davy's Blood. Davy's Blood. Okay, all right. Definitely had a busy weekend. I wasn't here when the chapter dropped, but here we are now with the whole new cover request. Shinome Tomari persona chasing a rabbit with a pocket watch that looks crazily like Mihawk. All right, cool cover page. Um, I wonder where Perona is. If Mihawk is with Cross Guild, very interesting. But let's get into it. Let's get into the thick of it. Last chapter, it was the fall of the greatest pirate we've seen. Rocks. Emu is now turning Rocks into a demon with Domi Reversi. And here go all the questions. Rocks got hit with Domi Reversi. And you can see the silhouette of Rocks being pierced by this like shadowy like silhouette from Emu and this Saint Saturn like hybrid monster. You see Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Roger all watching as this is happening. And it looks like Whitebeard screams out Rocks. Roger says our attacks didn't even phase that spider thing. Garp is just shocked. Whitebeard shocked. Kaido shocked. And Big Mom says, "What in the world?" Emu says, "How obstinate." Wheeze, wheeze, and you see hockey emanating from these stabs that went through Rocks. And then Rock says, "You shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast." What? What? Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world. How did I miss this? I should have been so. What? Come on. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world. So he's actually the Davy clan is the rightful rulers by lineage, right? Not to say that they deserve it, but from lineage, it's their throne. So no wonder Blackbeard and Rocks move the way they do. They feel like they deserve it all, and that's why they want to change everything back. The Davy clan lost all its power once they lost the throne. Now, did the 20 Kingdoms team up to defeat Davy Jones? I will get to that. We'll get to that. Emu, insolent fool, that wretch was never king. Emu got mad at him saying this. Not for a single moment thou hast no place in the fate that binds Mu and Davy. Mu and Davy. And Rock says, then you shouldn't be so scared. It's just a name after all. And Rock says, you've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? Afraid that one day someone's going to inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. So Joy Boy and Davy Jones had promises. Oh my goodness, here we go. I wonder who scares you the most. Davy D. Jones? Joy Boy? Emu says, cease this babble. They shall never resurface so long as thou fades into oblivion. Davy, Mu has found the perfect soldiers now. A certain nation of a certain nation of gentle and indecisive giants. Giants, you bastard, says Rocks. Stay away from her raw. He just wants peace. So we finally getting and connecting back together. Indeed, Moose says, indeed, this is an unprecedented opportunity. A sovereign this pliable may never appear again. You little Rock's starting to get mad. Thy current disposition is quite similar. Now make haste. Put an end to Davy's dream. Ooh. So man, this is really like connecting. So we always talk about Blackbeard being multiple people. I don't actually think that anymore. I really don't. I think he has been bestowed with the challenge of changing his clan's trajectory, the fall from grace. And he's gonna fight against it. And that dream they passed down. Mm, mm. Davy Jones' dream has passed down to Blackbeard himself. It's just preaching itself. I'm not inclined. I'm inclined to believe that maybe Blackbeard isn't as bad as the story has kind of made him out to be. With the death of Ace and everything. But honestly, he was a slave like everybody else. So I can't really be mad at him and how he moved now. I really can't. I really can't. Damn. Davy D. Jones was king of the world. And I'm guessing that's before the voice century? Or during the voice century? Oh my goodness. This is so thick. And now Emu has his sights on using the Giants as their own military force. Because why not? It just seems the most fit. And Emu is Emu. We already knew that Emu wanted to suppress the idea and knowledge about Joy Boy as much as possible. But the fact that Davy D. Jones was somebody else that was being suppressed, that we had no idea, and now we know why. Emu was holding a picture of Luffy, Blackbeard, Vivi, and Vivi's picture was cut up, right? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my. Oda. What? Oh Lord. Okay, let's continue. Rocks falls to the ground, Whitebeard and Big Mom are there looking and concerned. Big Mom says, "What the rocks?" Rocks in his own head says, "Damn it, I'm fading." Big Mom says, "What happened? Did it do something to you up there?" Big Mom and Kaido are just looking. Big Mom looks at him in the face. And then this message says, and I guess this is in Rox's mind, annihilate Davy's lineage with thy own hand. Snuffs out all obstacles on God Valley. He gets up and Big Mom says, is it me or are you bigger? Demonic Rock says, out of the way. Their blood must be purged from the pages of history. I think this is Mu talking to him in his mind, pretty much. So Rox jumps into the air at Kaido, takes his sword. Kaido says, "Ooh, Rox, what are you doing?" And you can see like he get Rox slap Kaido so damn hard and so damn fast. Kaido didn't have a chance to move and implants his head into the ground or a wall with only his hand. Rock's tough as hell. He knocks Kaido completely out. Big Mom says, "Damn it, Rocks, aren't we meant to be allies?" And then they clash. No. Oh, snap. Hold up. No. See, it's getting hectic. Hold on, let me go back. Damn it, Rocks, aren't we meant to be allies? Rocks looks at her and knocks Big Mom out of the way, past Whitebeard, who's clearly pissed. Whitebeard says, "We're in your way, Rocks." Rocks responds, "Are you?" And then they have a gigantic hockey clash. I'm not sure what Whitebeard is using because his weapon is not right there. So did Whitebeard stop it with his hand? I don't know. Maybe it's just the no. I don't know. I don't know what Whitebeard stopped this with. Maybe it was growing on me. Maybe it was fruit. Like he. I don't know. I don't know. We don't really see, but Whitebeard ain't scared. Crack. What the? Half of the mountain on God Valley started falling after I'm guessing Big Mom fell into that got knocked into that wall and the hockey clash between Rocks and Whitebeard. The mountain's falling. You see Rock starts running, demonic Rock starts running, as well as a bunch of other pirates and Teach and his mother. There you just see them all running. All warships at the northeast coast have looks like they all have been destroyed. On Dendemusha, get away from the island. All ships pull back. Northeast coast. That was close. Who was responsible for this unforgivable act? Who is responsible for this unforgivable act must be punished. Marine says, "Everyone hurry. Don't sail without us," says the Celestial Dragons, "or you'll be put to death. Hurry." Southwest region. Come on, Rayleigh. This island's toast. Says a guy with like some dragon wings or some wings on his back. "Roger, safe, right?" says Rayleigh. You just see people taking treasure, running off, treasure. Isn't this incredible? Oh, it's a dead end. I don't know if that's a dead end movie. Or something like says move it. Oh, we come over the dragon. He says, "Damn it. I couldn't even save one tiny baby. Where did it go?" And then over to Ivankov, Kuma, and Jenny. "Wait, Kuma, give it a rest. It would be too risky trying to save people." Kumachi. Huff huff. Kuma says, "There might still be more people out there." Huff huff. "Oh, found one." Who did he find? Damn Gansui. Uh Captain John says, "Damn that Gansui." Shiki, asshole, you'll never make it off this island alive, you hear? Gee, no one gets the drop on me. That's what I'm talking about, Shiki. Everyone to the coast. We need stretchers. We can't. The forest is on fire. And in the forest, you see demonic rocks. Oh, he finds his son and his baby moms up in the forest. Zebek. He looks. Oh, that's how you rile somebody up. Oh snap! I definitely forgot uh his baby mother name, but this was icy. She sees the back. No, she sees Rocks, right? And she asks Rocks, "So you lost? You lost? I'm sorry. It's our fault you faced that thing to save us, even though you weren't ready yet." As she holds Teach closer, "We have no choice but to jump into the sea and swim. I won't let the Davy clan in here. We'll survive no matter what." Escapees spotted on the coast, says a marine ship. As they get ready to fire a cannon, they fire it. Demonic Rock sees. Teaching his mom say, "Oh no." And out of nowhere, Kuma uses his pawpaw fruit to save Teach and his mom. What? Kuma saved Teach? Oh, bro. What? Kuma saved Teach. Not only from the Marines, Kuma saved Teach not only from the Marines, but he also saved Teach from his own demonic Domi reversed father. What? Poof! Both of them gone with the deadliest slash that you can see. But what happens to Kuma? What happens to Kuma right here, right now? Kuma is about to take all this damage. You see a giant explosion from the shot, also from Rox's sword swings that are also like explosions. So it's a double explosion. You can see some hockey coming out of there as well. You see Emu slash Saturn over here watching the destruction. Davy, next. Extinguish all who remain on the island. So Emu got too carried away thinking he was done. Bro slipped up. Emu, you're so powerful, but at the same time, are you like physically like capable of taking somebody down, or do you have to use other people? Like that's what I want to know now. Like I really want to know. Davy, next, extinguish all who remains on the island. Vice Admiral Garp, please hurry up. Garp says, I told you to get the hell out of here. How long you gonna stick around? Roger, where are you? I'm fine. Let me know when everyone's on board. This is when Roger and Gup join teams. Yeah, stop it, Rox. As Rox is slashing at pirates left and right. Rox, why does he look like that? Demonic in the face, eyes whited out. You see Garp and Roger take just a breath, and you just hear in a bunch of hockey says, "Bring it on, Rox." Emu says, "Davy." As Rox goes over to Roger and Garp, Roger says, "Oh no, let's go with Garp." Garp says, "What the hell have you turned into?" And Garp says, "I won't let you go after my crew." In Rox's mind, he knows it's Roger and Garp. Is he using the voice of all things? Is Rox using the voice of all things to talk to them? Roger is holding his head because he's hearing the voice of all things. This voice, please. Huh? What's with that expression? Rox is crying on the inside, asking them, he says, kill me. Roger and Garp look in confusion as Rox charges for them. The climax of the God Valley incident. Rox wanted to be defeated by these two, so he doesn't have to continue on this rampage that he's on. Oh my goodness. But what's even crazier is that Roger said it at the beginning of this chapter. That combined hockey attack did nothing to Emu. It did nothing. It did nothing to Emu. Now, I do believe hockey attacks will certainly work on this demonic Rox who doesn't have the will to live anymore because he's being controlled, and that he knows that his other best friend, like his real best friend Harald, is going to be wrapped up into this mess next. Like that has to hurt in itself because you wanted Harald and you to like really take over the world the way And imagine, the way I'm imagining it, the world was partnerships, giants on their land, humans on their land, and there was some partnerships here through there. But I feel like ever since this Zebek, this no, I shouldn't even say Zebek, Davy D. Jones lost that throne, everything was into a whirlwind after that. They wanted a new leader of the world, and it wasn't the Davy clan. It was a power struggle for who could control the throne. Bro. I was not ready for this today. This chapter right here, and like Garp is such a pirate captain, but he isn't one. It's so crazy too. He does exact like when Rox was talking about Garp, he was like, man, he'd make a great pirate because he acts just like one. He's selfish. He's quick to the gun. He stays on the sea. But one thing you can't say about Garp is that he gonna let people fight for him, or he gonna put himself like make sure he's safe while everybody else not. No, Garp here to fight, and a fight is what Garp is about to get. A fight is what Garp is about to get. And somehow, some way, he gets to leave this island becoming the hero of the Marines for taking down somebody that was just transformed into some type of demon. He didn't even want to be there. He just wanted to get his family out of there safely. And after his family got out of there safely, he just wanted to die after that. He was good. He ain't want no more. He's literally using the voice of all things to speak to Roger. And I'm guessing Garp can hear it too. I don't know. I can't really confirm if Garp can hear the voice of all things, but it sounds like Garp understands what Rox is asking out of him at this moment. Emu was so quick to jump the gun, but is a very, very, very sloppy king. Yes, you have these mystical powers, and that you can change people into your sleeves, and this, that, and the third. But this was a really sloppy job. Kuma is really the hero of God Valley. Kuma, Kuma is the hero. Kuma, what the hell happened to Kuma? Did he just get knocked out, or did he paw himself out of there at that exact moment? I don't know. Nobody knows. But that was hard body by Kuma. Baby Kuma saved Blackbeard. Not knowing anything, said no, I gotta get everybody out of here. Who would have thought it was Kuma that saved Teach? Oh my god, I didn't think that was the case. I'm thinking, I'm thinking the mom die, and like somebody just pick up Teach like Whitebeard or something. Who would have thought they got pawed off the goddamn island? Man, I get it now. But even from Egghead, like we just be getting tidbits of what's happening on God Valley, and this is blowing me away. This is blowing me away, dog. Kuma saved Blackbeard. He also is the same one that saved the Straw Hats. Kuma is one hell of a hero, bro. Like, whoa. Half of One Piece wouldn't even be One Piece without Kuma, bro. Kuma Kuma has set up so many futures just by saving people on God Valley. He saved so many futures. Kuma single-handedly shaped the new era that we witness, on not the weekly basis, but for the most part on the weekly basis. Kuma helped shaped it. Like he really did. There would have been other players, there would have been other people here and there. But we would have not have Teach if he did not save him on God Valley. And we would not have the Straw Hats if he did not paw fruit them away on Chappella on Shaboti. It's that simple. Kuma saved all the major players. The two biggest players, Blackbeard and Luffy. He saved both of them. This was amazing, bro. This was amazing. Kuma, you that dog. Um, there can never be any slander on Kuma name at this point. It can't be none. There's nothing you can say. He has done more than enough for one character. I can literally say, if Oda never writes anything for Kuma again, I mean, the guy is goated. With one of the worst backstories you could ever have. But he is one of the best heroes ever in this story. Kuma saved Blackbeard from his own daddy. Man, and now I gotta think like how do people defeat Emu? Because we were thinking that Hockey defeats everything, but Hockey cannot defeat Emu, not in this sense, unless it's Joy Boy. Hockey not level Hockey. That's the only thing that made Emu react, but it might have just been anger, not pain. Man, this is throwing me, bro. Rox is crying because he hate the fact that he been, manipulated against his own will. And I think this is going to be a direct parallel. This idea of a Domi reversed Rox and a Domi reversed Harald asking to be killed because they are no longer in control. Rox wants Garp and Roger to kill him, and I'm guessing Harald will want Loki and Yarul to kill him. This is how you use a flashback story to tell what is actually going on and then draw all those things together. Emo is, not to say one trick pony, but when it comes to these high class people, it's the same thing. It's Domi Reversi. Let's use this. But how does this backfire? And it's going to be the Straw Hats to find a way for it to backfire. They, I do have high hopes, and I do hope somebody can give me an idea. How does Domi Reverse get reversed? Outside of my opinion, is that Robin reads the spell book and understands it and able to do spells after. Now, I don't want to go that far into Grimwall talk because we all talk about pirates, but Robin is smart for a reason. Robin has been given all the tools to be able to decipher any book. So I'm gonna hope that Robin can figure it out, and it will literally make her the demon child if she's able to control those demonic like things that Emu is doing. That really makes her the demon child. So, man, this is crazy. So, history repeating itself. What happened to Rox is most likely going to happen to Harald. The moment Harald stops obeying Emu's wishes, Emu might allow the giants to partake in the reveries, but at a cost. And the cost is the loss of their actual freedom. And he'll regret it. And he'll look back to be like, damn, I should have joined up with Rox. And come to find out, y'all pretty much dying the same way. They were really brothers. Oh, but this even go back to what I was saying about Dory and Brogy. It had like I love the Straw Hats, but it feels like a giant problem. If Loki and Harden are not able to defeat them, what is the point? Loki and Harden have to be front and foremost to fight Dory and Brogy. They gotta be there. They gotta be there. And it makes sense why Loki said to Harden, you only looking at the forest for the trees, not the whole forest. The whole forest is how Loki was forced to kill Harald, right? If that's the actual case. Because at that point it's no longer Harald, it's a demon. And honestly, I would not relate a demon to my actual father anymore because it's not even himself anymore. So, man, this was a great chapter. God damn, Davy's blood. Davy D. Jones was king of the world. And you're telling me the 20 kingdoms joined up to take down Davy D. Jones? Or Moo? Not for a single moment thou hast no place in the fate that binds Davy, Moo, and Davy. Yeah, yeah. I'm under the big lightning. Like I'm really like I can't not pay attention to the book that was being used on Elbath to do the Domi of Reversi and all these other spells with this half Moo, half Gunko character. That is the key. That is the key. That is the key. Um, yeah, it has to be the answer to fight against Emu because Roger, Garp, Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom and Rox's combined attack did not phase Emu. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not a how good can your hockey could become? No, that's not it. That's not it anymore. That's not it. It's not about how high your hockey is. You gotta have something that can actually compete against this. Whew. Honestly, Emu make the ancient weapons look like they useless, but they used for something else. And I'm really on board with that. The ancient weapons are used for something else, not to destroy the world, but you can use them to destroy the world. But bro, this was a chapter right here. This was a chapter. It's it sucks that Big Mom and Kaido got one shotted like that, but it just goes to show how strong Rocks already was because he was folding people left and right. I ain't gonna forget him folding Garland twice in the same chapter. I ain't never gonna forget that. That was a feat right there. That was a feat. The other Rocks pirates fighting each other. Gansui, Captain John, and Shiki fighting each other while all this going on, not knowing anything. So I can see how it was marked as a dysfunctional group, but it's not like they purposely wanted to betray each other. They was only looking out for themselves when it came to that, like, back trio of the Rocks pirates. Great chapter. We can see that the island is about to start coming apart with this final bout on the island. I am assuming that Domi Reversi has to work with Emu on the island. And somebody did bring up to me that the Domi Reversi only works on people when they on their homeland. So that's a very interesting tidbit to take into mind. If Rocks never went home, this couldn't have happened to him. And it's the only reason why it was able to work on Dory and Brogy because they were at their home. They were on their homeland. Man, this is crazy. But yeah, like it just come back to Loki. Like maybe Loki had to put down a role in some type of fashion because he turned into a demon just like Rocks did. And it might have been a big clash. I want to know what happened to the royal guards that got killed. I want to know about all of that now because in my mind, in my opinion, Harald killed all those royal guards and Loki had to clean up by taking him down. But I want to see. I really am really interested now, and I don't know if this is the end of the flashback or if this is just the end of Rox's story into Harald's story about how they ended up being controlled by Emu. Rox knew this was a trap, but he decided to do it his own way, and he still got caught up by Emu. Harald wants to do it the correct way, the politics way, and he still is going to get corrupted by Emu. So it's just like neither one of these ways worked. Neither one of these ways worked, but maybe there's a way in the middle that it's a middle ground to make all of this work. But just looking at what's going on and what's going on here, Dragon doesn't know about any of this. Dragon is beat up. He's sad about losing the two children, like the twins. But I'm thinking that the Revolutionary Army has a clear indication of the type of powers Emu has. But I'm not sure if they're actually that aware about Emu as Roger, Guard, Title, Big Mom, and Whitebeard were. I'm not sure if the Revolutionary Army is that deep in. They might know about, the Guard Knights as being the highest level like of fighters that could be sent out, but I don't know if they know about the Gorosei powers and them being like that. Uh yeah, this is just good to, yeah, it's just stuff to figure out. Now, does Dragon leave this island with something? What happens to Dragon at the end of this island? Like what does he decide at the end of all of this? Because he thought he was going to die. He didn't finish his mission the way he thought he would. So like what does Dragon do after all of this is said and done? So great freaking chapter. King Kuma for the W. Kuma saved the Davy clan. Kuma saved the Davy clan by himself. By a twist of fate. He created the power system that we're reading weekly. All because of Kuma. You can't really sit there and say it was somebody else. I can't even sit here and say it's somebody else at this point. Yeah, it was some other players, but directly, it was Kuma. And what Kuma did on this island directly intertwined everybody. Oda, please save Kuma. Because he is a gem. I mean, blown away. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Man, until next time, man, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Oda did it again.